Welcome on MGSS YouTube channel. My dear student, today I am going to discuss about some important questions of exercise 4.2 and 4.3. You have to enjoy this session. Actually, I have just selected the first question, 7 upon 10 minus 7 upon 10, 5 upon minus 8 and 2 upon minus 3. And in this question you have to just arrange these rational numbers in ascending order. And if any sort of problem has been given for ascending or descending order, then at first you have to find out the LCM of the numerator, LCM of the denominator, and then you have to just solve the question. My dear students, you can just find out the LCM also, because you know that it can be solved by both the ways. Either you are taking the LCM of numerator and make the numerator equal, because you know very well that if numerators are equal, for example 1 upon 2 and 1 upon 3, numerators are equal, then you know very well that whose denominator is less must be the greater one, and 2 is less as compared to 3, and therefore 1 upon 2 is greater than as compared to 1 upon 3. Second one is that denominator, you have to make them equal. And mostly question that I have just solved by making the denominators equal. So I am today going to discuss by making the denominators equal. You have to just check the denominator. In this case 10 minus 8 minus 3, it is not in a standard form, and this is why you have to convert into a standard form. And you have just convert minus 7 upon 10, minus 5 upon 8 and minus 2 upon 3, because you know very well that in a standard form denominator cannot have negative sign. So you have to just convert into standard form. And for these purposes, you know very well that a upon minus b is equal to minus a upon b. And when you convert, this is 10, don't be confused. And 10, 8, 3, you must take the LCM of 10, 8 and 3. LCM of 10, 8 and 3 is equal to how much? You know very well that it is equal to 120. You can just do in rough. And now by using the equivalent rational method, minus 7 upon 10, and you have to make the denominator 120. And how you make 120? 10 must be multiplied by 12. Minus 7 is also multiplied by 12. 10 12 is 120. 7 12 is minus 84. Again you have to just check that minus 5 upon 8. And similarly you have to multiply 8 how many times to get 120. And you know very well that 15 times 5 is multiplied by 15, and this is minus 75. Third one is minus 2 upon 3, and this is why 3 must be multiplied by 14. Minus 2 is also multiplied by 40. And what you get? Minus 80 upon 120. Now denominator in all three cases are equal. You can just see that 120 in the first case, 120 in second case, and 120 in the third case. When denominators are equal, according to rule that you have to just compare its numerator. And what is its numerator? Minus 84, minus 75 and minus 80. And you need to compare all three numerators. You have to just compare. And what you have just compared, that you know very well that minus 2 is greater than minus 3. In case of negative, which integers have least absolute value must be the greater one. And you know that minus 2, its absolute value is 2, minus 3, its absolute value is 3, 2 is less as compared to 3, and this is why minus 2 is greater than minus 3. Or you know that this is the huge difference in positive and in negative. 3 is greater than 2 because there is a positive sign. Whatever in case of negative, minus 2 is greater than minus 3. And now on the basis of it, you have to just compare these three. And now you remember the question, you have to arrange in ascending order. Ascending order means increasing order, means smaller to greater one. And how you have to just pick out which one is smaller, then you have to just select that whose absolute value is greater. 84 minus 84, its absolute value is 84 and it is greater, and this is why it is the smallest because it has negative sign. So the number which has the greater sign must be the smaller. Minus 84 is smaller as compared to next minus 80, and third one you just see that minus 75, smaller to greater one. And this is why you can just write down that minus 84 upon 120 is smaller as compared to minus 80 upon 120, and it is smaller as compared to minus 75 upon 120. And therefore at last you have to just write down hence, and now you check the value of minus 84 upon 120, whose value minus 7 upon 10 is smaller than minus 80 upon 120 is actually minus 2 upon 3, and at last minus 75 upon 120, and that is minus 5 upon 8. It is the final answer. One more thing is that when it has been given that arrange in the descending order, then you know that you have to do the similar process, but you have to write the greater number first, then smaller, then comparative a smaller number. So by this way you can just arrange the number, and also it is help into compare the number. Sometimes in the question it has been given that find out the 5 decimal number between minus 2 and minus 1. My dear student, minus 2 and minus 1, you have to apply the same technique by making the denominator equal. Then you have to compare its numerator, and then you have to find out the desirous rational number has been given. For example, minus 1 and minus 2. These two number has been given, minus 1 and minus 2 has been given, and you know that we know minus 1 can be written as minus 1 upon 1 because you know that every number has numbers, integers having the denominator 1, and it can be written in the form of rational number because integers are also a type of rational numbers. Minus 2 can be written as minus 2 upon 1. And now you have to just see the difference between its numerator. You have to compare. Here you have to apply your brain if you have minus 1 and minus 2. And you know very well that I am joking. Minus 1 and minus 2. And you can just see that minus 1 and minus 2. There is no much difference. The difference between minus 1 and minus 2 is 0. Actually, no integer can occupy difference here. I am going to discuss about the difference means actually I have to find out the integer between them. Difference means not I am taking the operation of subtraction. No, I am taking the between these two integer -1 and -2. There is no integers occurs. So I have to just make some more difference between them to have some integers. And how it is possible? You have to multiply by any constant number, 10, 15, 20, 100, and you have to just see that it has just different in their difference in their numerator. You can just understand by using the examples. -1 upon 1 is multiply. You have to convert into its equivalent rational number form. And you have to multiply. Suppose that I have just select 10. And I multiply both -1 by 10 and 1 also by 10. And it has just convert into -10 upon 10. And second one, -2 is equal to -2 upon 1, and this is why you have to multiply -2 into 10 and 1 into 10. What you get? -20 upon 10. And you have to just check the numerator in both the cases, -10 and -20. And now you can just see that the difference of -10 and -20 is much greater as compared to -1 and -2. And you can just find out between -10 and -20 several integers are possible. But in the question you have to write only 5 rational numbers. So any 5 rational number among all the integers which is possible between -10 and 20, you have to select. I conjugately select some rational numbers are therefore 5 rational numbers between -10 and -20 are you can just see that -11 upon 10, -12 upon 10, -13 upon 10, -14 upon 10, and -15 upon 10. And you can just see that I have just select 5 rational numbers. My dear student, by the help of this method, you are able to solve the remaining questions of your exercise. If you have any problem, then you have to ask in the comment box. You have to apply the comment box, because you don't know that how to apply the comment box. You have to write exercise question number, and you have to just put only, you have to just do that, sir, exercise 2.2, or I am discussing this exercise, so you have to just write down 3.2 and question number 11. Suppose that subsection in the question, then you have to just write down, for example, you have to write in comment box exercise 3.2 question number 2, and suppose that it is subsection, then you have to just mention third question of 2. And in the next time I will help to solve such difficult questions that you have. If you feel shy to do in comment box, then you must know that you can just ask the question by my personal number, or I have just disclosed, and you know very well that, and the number you know very well that 97096051110. And on this number you can just ask the questions This is my WhatsApp number 9709605110. On this number you can just ask the question. Keep watching. Thanks.